Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we should be good here. Apologize for that once again, having to start back up. Looks like I just want to make sure that things are good to go. Little ends. Okay, it looks like we are fine. Alright, so as you can see, we're in the landing stage. Obviously nothing really happening too much in terms of kills or anything like that. You were mentioning some of the warding spots, though, here. On the Hellborn side, I believe.
Yeah, he warded twice into the pole camp because and V and Sensation put that ward down just for vision on the side so that they wouldn't die level 1, but it really hurts him a lot because Bassett's, like I said, Plague Rider. He's going to get tons of experience down here, and they can't really kill him very easily because it's Nymph Dampier.
Yeah. So Dampier is going to...
In top lane, Bubbles versus Pooled Regen Bloodhunter, there's just nothing you can really do in this lane. It is Mickey, though, and I think he's better than Nox, so maybe he'll pull out some miracles. We'll see.
Yeah. See what Mickey's able to pull through here, but yeah, definitely a extra regen on a Bloodhunter with that, obviously, feast ability.
Bye, Mickey.
Oh, wow, yeah, here comes a Catman champion from Ophelia. Mickey's going to try to run away right here, maybe find a shell surf opening, and looks like he will be fine, actually. So they don't really chase him too far, but Ophelia going to keep boxing him out. He does have a shell surf, though. And here comes the Catman champion. He's going to be forced to go deep into the jungle right here. But I believe he will be fine in the end. Yeah, I don't think Ophelia's going to spend too much time trying to chase. So he does live at least.
Pew is here as well, so they're actually wasting lots of time to try and kill him here.
I really want to set this up. They're going to find him again. Turret's placed, misses him though. He has another shells. Oh, but the Silence comes out just before. That's 6 seconds, remember, even at level 1. The dot damage on top of that, and Nox ends up getting the Bloodlust. That just ended horribly for Mickey there in the end. There's
a lot of resources used there, but since they get the kill, it's all worth it. Had they not got that kill, it would have been a big win for Legion.
Yeah.
Kraken's doing pretty well mid, 8-3, Pebbles 12-9, and it was 2v1, so they're doing good, but again, the equalizer's just bottom. Like, Plague Rider is doing about as well as the Kraken, and that's not what you like to see when it's a long late suicide versus a mid suicide.
Yeah. Kraken here takes a combo from Pebbles, but without an M4 nearby, he doesn't need to worry about actually falling right there. I believe he has his bottle, but it's not being delivered yet. Okay, here it is. It's going to be delivered out to him now, as well as a couple other items for other teammates, but so a little bit later with that. But yeah, he is, as you talked about, Kraken, not doing too shabby there in that middle lane matchup. Iron Shield going to be picked up by Bloodhunter, and that's where it also continues to be even more difficult now for Bubbles at that top lane, as far as trying to have a good time against him. So, oh, middle lane, Kraken Wolfball right there. Caught that at the very end. But it looks like they were able to land at least something there from Pebbles, and the follow-up from Engineer gets the job done.
It's looking really good right now for xCet. I think that they have a very good position in this game. They've got Ophelia. Tempest is not farming nearly as well as he should. He's actually still under 200 GPM, and they didn't have any of his spawns blocked. So it's honestly just a poor jungle by his lapped, which, again, I was kind of worried about. As I said, I've never seen him really play any junglers other than Parasite. So he's off to a very poor start in the woods, and he's going to need to just do better. Like, he's being out-leveled by Ophelia at the moment, and that's not good at all.
Across the board, things looking pretty good for Team X again. Already up 1-0 in this series here. Plague right at the bottom lane. You see his deny count, 6 denies now. So obviously with that extinguish, able to take advantage of that. And you constantly do see the lane somewhat pushed up here, but for the most part, Dampier 27-9 now, 323 gold per minute. He's gonna go to the side shot, finishes Ghost Marchers right there as he picks up. So good start for him. Kraken in the meantime, gonna use that torrent. He actually is leveling up to level 3 splash. So continuing to be a hard hitter here as this game progresses on, but again, when it comes to his creep farm, definitely being boxed out very well here by the Pebbles Engineer, and he's just going to sit up on the hill, even with that tsunami charge. He knows he needs to be somewhat careful. Engineer actually going to go up, bottom lane, they do die for the kill to Plague Rider.
It was a big kill for them. It really shouldn't have happened. Bassett's just got a little cocky there with low HP. That's such a needed kill for them. Like, Dampier, as you can see, 29-11. He's got nearly the same CS as the Bloodhunter. And Bloodhunter's 1v1, whereas he's 2v1. So, just goes to show the power of Plague Rider in this kind of situation. And just a good draft by xCet. Like, this is, again, the issue with picking those, like, Nymph, Dampier, Tempest. Like, their whole lane, all of their lanes, you know what they are. and it's very easy to counterpick them. You send a Plague against that lane, and you send a Blood Hunter against the bubbles, and it's like the entire laning phase is already predicted by xCet, and then they just countered it. So they're pretty far ahead, 2-1, 1,500 gold, 1,000 experience, but the transition to the mid game is going to be key, and Nymphora always has that X factor. Once he gets 6, he can't land those big ultis.
Yeah. Ooh, bottom lane. You see the bottom rune down here. Engineer trying to go for it, but boxed out right there by the Tempest and Nymphora. Middle lane now. We have a roaming Bubbles, double damage and release the Kraken, put out Pebbles. Says get off me on a Kraken, but here comes the Bubbles, and Pebbles most likely going to fall right here. The final auto attack, one more. Yep, gets the job done. And Broduk's 5 level will go down. So good job by that Suicide Bubbles, making use of himself. Roaming into the middle lane. Sets up an easy kill.
Really big rune control. And he can't really do anything top now that Blood Hunter's level 6.
Yeah.
And it's just the power of that hero pick right now. He's just... If there's a hero you could put against Bubbles to dominate him, I don't think anything could do better than the Blood Hunter.
Yeah.
Maybe a Tremble, but you just can't win that lane. Or even stay up here now that he's 6, because if he ults and silences you, you're just dead. Ophelia's actually up here to push with double Minotaur, so that's a really formidable combination. Bottom lane, Dampier went phase boots, which is pretty awful. Along with the Chalice. They could kill the Plague at this point with just a combo. I guess that's why he went phase, but I just do not think those are ever a good decision. Yeah. Especially in a game against a Blood Hunter, where you're going to need more auto attacks and less...
running away.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and speaking of that, look at that. Bubbles like, okay, what am I supposed to do here? He just shell surfed. The silence comes out. There goes the ultimate from Nox with the hemorrhage. Down he goes. Middle lane in the meantime. Kraken actually might be in some trouble, so top tower falls. Kraken's still going to be on the run right here. There's the Kegstun lands, and the combo comes out. Well, not even combo, but the Chuck alone does the job from Pebbles, and starting to pick up big time now for Team Excellent. You see the bottom lane being pushed here by Swag Nation, but Team Excellent's still going. Secondary tower, and I don't know if that's going to be stopped at this rate.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it will either, Reiki. They're gonna push bot. They see Plague. Plague could land a huge ulti here if he waits for it. I just don't know if they're gonna choose to defend. I think they'd rather just take that top tower.
Yeah. And they're gonna get it. And they could even do both. Bubbles is not level 6 yet, so no Kelpie to stop them. And hold on, here come the ports. So yeah, here come the ports.
Here comes the Plague ulti.
The Legion team, Plague Rider, as you said. Yes, there goes the ulti himself. Dampier will it bounce back the RG? No, Dampier's gonna survive. He goes in actually. No, but it does bounce back eventually. Dampier falls, and now Tempest with that silence. In comes the Kegstun, and Tempest is gonna fall on top of that. Team Excellent is just getting it going on. Now, top tower was denied at least by Swag Nation, but.
This is something just about Hans meta. The laning phase is very, very important. And oh wow, big charge combo onto mid. I think Pebbles. Oh, nice stun. He's gonna live now.
Yeah, beautiful stalagmites. And actually, the Kufa wore off just as he went out of range right there. So he's gonna be fine. And guess what? Here comes Blood Hunter again. He gets some food. Release the Kraken in a completely awful spot right there. Down goes Bubbles, and now Kraken gonna have to fall back.
It's a massacre.
Yeah, it just seems like our Legion team. They cannot get it going now.
That's the thing. Like Han is all about the laning phase right now, and xCet, they just ran over them, and I think we know why. They just had the ability to, and I feel like again, Zlapped 0-1-0, no pushes except for that one bottom that failed, and he just hasn't had the impact needed. Fine, he's been AFK farming too, but as you can see, 2 towers dead up top, level 7, 300 GPM. I mean, he's already got the Astrolabe finished, and now they just kind of need to just push, and they'll probably win the game just by brute force at this point, as they have such a commanding lead.
See bottom lane Nymphora is almost acting like she wants to try to set up with maybe this Dampier, who's making his way down there. It's Plague Rider, pushed up a little bit, but he's going to start falling. Just look at how tanky Plague Rider already is. The Steam Boots, the Bracer, the Mystic Vestment, so Astrolabe going to be coming out for him. So the Suicide Plague Rider has proved to be a very, very viable pickup even for Team X. Obviously, Bass has done a great job, and that ultimate also makes some big plays there.
It's really, like, just look at his farm. I mean,
yeah.
He's got more farm than Kraken, and it's just because he's Plague, like, so much farm. And this is what kind of Plague you want. A lot of times you just get Dove and Feed, and that's why Plague doesn't really get seen that much. But if you can get a Plague in this kind of matchup, like, you know it's an Nymph Dampier, you put him against him with a ward, like, he will do very well. And as you can see, Bassett has performed admirably, and it's a big reason why they're ahead so far in this game. I mean, level 8, 250 GPM, like, he's out farming the Kraken and the Bubbles. Like, he's doing amazing right now. Towers help, of course, but
yeah, team effort definitely comes into play too. But
it's just like
good.
Dampier, free farm, phase boots Chalice this late into the game. It's not going to be enough.
Nope. Yeah, coming up to 11 minutes right here. Invis Tempest. Get a big ultimate right here, maybe something. Sort of the high just purchased by Bloodhunter, by the way, so that Mock of Brilliance.
Yeah, Dawnbringer's good, but I get, like, in this sort of game where you're just free farming and you're 4-0 already, I think Radiance is probably the right choice.
I was going to say, it's obviously more of a reaction. I don't know if he would have gone if the game would have been different, but this game, why the hell not? Mock of Brilliance, great choice right there. Ooh, Stalagmite's just missing. Good job by Kraken right there. Great reaction with his Tsunami Charge. And he actually survives, but Pebbles will just continue to farm now as he's sitting on 1340 gold, so... Speaking of big item pickups, again, that portal key coming along very nicely here. Oh, yeah, actually, I take that back. They already have an Astrolabia on Ophelia, so sudden on Plague Rider, but he's, unless they wanted to stack it, but he's probably just going to sit on those bracers instead for the boost in life, but not the biggest deal in the world. 14 more 100 gold on Dampier, so again, you'd think that he's still going for that typical build of at least a light brand into whatever else, but still needs a little bit more before that even takes place. As they're going to group up in the middle lane here, so they want to make some teamfight presence. I mean, they definitely got a strong teamfight team here on the Legion side, so...
xCet can defend, but they don't really need to. Nox is TPing, but I mean, he's so close to Radiance. I don't feel like they should try and throw anything here, but they're just so far ahead, and they have Ophelia.
The Legion takes down
tower does fall, actually, but Energy Foot in the background. That definitely caught a couple heroes off guard. Kraken's going to be gone on. He's going to end up falling. Hemorrhage was also applied to him. Tempest also gets picked off, so 2 players die. Again, they did get the tower kill, but 2 players fall, and here comes the counter push now by Team Excellent. And I don't know if, as you said, they ended up deciding to defend it. It's going to work out in the end. Not only did they get a couple hero kills, but they're also going to counter push.
That's the power of Ophelia. This stage of the game, he is so much more powerful than Tempest. He's already got the Astrolabe, the Mana Rings on the way, plus he has 3 creeps. And they're the perfect creeps, Minotaurs and a Skeleton King. You can't get better than Fine's got right now. And now they can just kind of roll, and the Mock of Brilliance is finished, but obviously still in base, so... they don't even need to push here, they should just back, and it looks like they will, because at this point they've won the game. All they need to do is make sure they don't throw it.
Need to make sure to make those right decisions, but Bloodhunter, 530 gold per minute, it's hard to not make right decisions when you have a Bloodhunter that farmed. And that, again, as you said, the Mock of Brilliance purchase, just a matter of being delivered out to him as a courier's brace sent back. There's the light brand purchase on Dampier, so again, as expected. Will he now try to use that into the quicker Grimoire, or will he just try to get something like a portal key now instead to make somewhat of a comeback chance here for this Legion team? Again, team fight, they have big ultimates to release the Kraken, the Tempest ultimate as always, Bubbles, Kelfield. Can definitely come together, so it is possible still. Safe to say, but obviously a lot of things would need to connect in their favor. And as you put it, Team Excellent more in a case of it's their game to lose almost at this point already. Pebbles, portal key also going to be coming up here. As he's heading back to base even maybe to pick it up, so. Nox will go right back towards the top lane, not looking to get kills with that Mock by any means, just going to continue to farm instead. as you can definitely argue he should do. So that GPM, 530 gold per minute, could even rise now for him.
It's tough. Like, they have the light brand on Dampier, but the Tempest is having a poor game. The Kraken's 0-3, and he was obviously 1v2. Bubbles not doing much. There's just no one out to make plays. And again, I think we saw this the last time, earlier today, DCX tried to run Dampier.
Yeah.
He works if you can get him ahead and snowballing, but when your Nym4 is not even level 6 and you're already this far behind, like, you just can't recover. If it's like 4,000, that's something. But like, at this point, they can just get run over. There's a Radiance and a Blink Dagger up on the other team. Like, what can you really do?
Yeah, not much. Not much definitely screams here as far as what Swag Nation should and obviously be doing. So Bloodhunter finding himself in the middle lane now, going to pick up some farm right here, maybe even trying to bait something, but the Legion side doesn't want anything to do with that. Tablet of Command is the item choice here for Plague Rider, so I kind of wonder if that Bracer pickup was more of a, he thought he might have been going for it, but in the end it was picked up by Ophelia, so just going to sit on it for the extra life, you know, not the biggest in the world by any means. But Tablet going to be delivered, and now here goes Kongor. As he also got some good wards surrounding the Kongor pit here.
And Pebbles TP'd top, and he's going to look for a kill onto Bubbles, which he will probably find, because Bubbles will have no idea. And he's on int treads. Never farm on int treads, fellas. You should nuke right there. Nuking on int's very good, but you don't want to stay on int treads, because then this happens.
Back to strength now. He just went strength, but is it going to be enough? No, yes it will be enough to take
strength
cover.
treads.
Yep, make the difference. Kelfield going to be coming out right here. They want to counter kill. Conqueror does fall. Tempest running in. He has an ultimate. Will he use it? Will that even get the kill of the nice takeover once again by Bubbles? There's the Elemental Void, and there's the Dead Pebbles.
Yeah. It was actually really big, but Mickey, if he dies there, I don't think they get the kill, and he kind of knew that. That's why he stuck around, so good bait. They get a nice kill, but again, they traded for a token, and a Radiance token Bloodhunter. That's scary.
And 1,500 gold saved up on top of that, so yeah, that Maka already doing plenty full here. 4 knocks, again 520 gold per minute. It's even dropped up a little bit, but obviously the Congo attempt. Maybe the biggest reason for that, but they go straight to the bottom lane. The tower's still up here, the first tower that is. So they just want to try to maximize here. Obviously the top lane, that's already cleared out. Middle lane, they got the secondary tower taking some damage already, so they're going to go bottom, clean this one up, and once again, it's especially with Kelfield now being on cooldown, Elemental Void more importantly, 150-second cooldown on that, so they know that this is a huge window here for Team Excellent to really make something happen, especially with that token on Nox. So this is easily going to be 1 free tower kill, could arguably even be 2. Actually, Bloodhunter Pebbles porting back to the top lane. They're going to go for a counter kill on Dampier. No, they're just porting the individual towers, actually. They get the bottom tower port in the middle lane. There goes Pebbles, jumps on a Kraken. Can he Tsunami charge away? There's a Tsunami charge. In comes Plague. Got a Talbot forward. Contagion. In comes a release to Kraken, though. Product's in trouble. Here comes the Philly's touch. The Plague is going to be used. Basket between a lot of creeps, though. And Kraken survives. Meanwhile, top lane, Nox does take out Flintsmeister, though. And now Bubbles also going to end up falling.
Double tap.
And bottom push still continues.
Man, I don't know what to say. They're just getting outplayed at like every facet of the game. Mid lane, they will be able to kill the Plague, so that's good. But they're just not winning the game through this break. They lose 2 more towers bot, Nox gets 2 more kills. A lot of Shrunken's in. Blink Daggers finished on Kraken and Tempest, but I don't know what they think they're gonna do with those. It's nice to have those new toys, but I just don't think that it's just not gonna matter.
I think if anything, again, you wait for the Elemental Void to come up here in 80 seconds and try to get that Miracle Hole. Try to get that Miracle Elemental Void, make something happen with that. And then who knows where you can progress from there. Because, again, Dampier always scary in terms of coming back from. I mean, 1,500 gold, so he's going to still be locked down to an extent. 354 gold per minute, not bad. But on Dampier, it just seems like that actually is pretty bad at 18 minutes into the game. So definitely trying to buy time for him to just simply recover. So, again, the border key pickups. That's kind of what they're going for. I'm sure if you're Swag Nation over here, but yeah, you talked about that Shrunken Head. In fact, 1 more creep kill here for Bloodhunter, and he's gonna pick up that Shrunken Head. So Nox, there you go. Right clicks it, and then there's always the team as well. I mean, another 1,800 on Ophelia. Barrier Idol being worked on by Plague Rider here, so that's even coming up. And Ophelia already has great team support items and more coming. So. It's going to come down to the ultimates. Brodek's still looking for action, man. He wants to keep it up, but...
And it's funny, once again, we saw Imboboy do this in the game. They were losing. Do you see Flensmeister go for the portal key after Lightbrand instead of finishing the Grimoire? Because they're just so far behind, he kind of has to make it happen. Looks like they're going to go for a second Astrolabe onto Plague Rider, which actually isn't terrible, as you can use 2 before, there's a cooldown of 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's 45-second cooldown. So you can use 2 pretty effectively, and in a team like this, it's actually not bad. There's also no real other item he could grab other than a barrier, and he's just so far behind. I heard an Nymph TP. It is an Nymph TP. It's just back to base.
Back to base, yeah. You see Pebble sending the illusion in, gonna get some information, but this will be the last Shadow Tower destroyed. It doesn't look like Swag Nation too interested in defending this one.
Yeah, they did lose the token on Nox up top, but it just doesn't matter. And as you see, there are some low health illusions nearby, so he's actually getting like hasted move speed.
Yeah. Here we go, the initiation on Dampier. Look at that damage! The hemorrhage just applied, nothing he can do. Tempest falls to Plague-O. The Plague-O's bouncing around. That's going to be Chi-Chi. Well played. Quad kill for Bassett's on Plague Rider. Game 2 in the series will go to Team Excellent, just like that.
Dampier, 1,024 health, no vestments, and face boots. You just die, and that's how it happens. I think that's all draft. Just well done there by xCet. Just really 100% dominating the drafting and laning phase, and they didn't really have to do anything else other than allow more snow to accumulate until eventually they had an avalanche going, and you know, VDT got crushed.
Bloodhunter, new hero on the scene, going to start taking over. No, I see you stating there, obviously. More of a reactionary pick, if anything, and it made sense. Well drafted in the end by Team Excellent. And the Plague-O, always fun to see, and definitely came through in the end there, especially with that Quacko. Also, the bottom lane, remember, as did stop some TPs and also got the kill onto Dampier eventually, which definitely was very early on still when the game was much more even. So, well played by Team Excellent, taking the 3-game series even in 2 games. And again, that means they also qualify for the group stages alongside Justice League and, of course, Stay Green and Team USA, who qualified at the previous qualifiers. So we have now 6 of the 12 teams, if you include the 2,000 Southeast Asians and DC Fabulous and Orange. So 6 of the 12 teams down. We got 2 more Southeast Asia, 4 more from North America, U.S. region. And then after that,
I think it's safe to say that we'll see IG, VDT, and Lions in that top 4.
Yeah.
Maybe TMSR. I don't believe they chose to participate in this qualifier. I
They did
believe
not.
I think they've just wanted time to scrim. So we will see what happens. They have been scrimming a hell of a lot.
Yeah, and obviously they're new 5th as well. I believe last time I checked, Fitsky no longer a part of them, so I'm sure this weekend we'll find out good information on that as far as where they're headed. But yeah, I mean those are the 4 teams that very definitely stand out, but who knows? 2 more qualifiers remaining. That's going to be, I believe it continues next week and then the following week even, when the 2 more qualifiers are going to be. And then again, the group stages don't start until earlier on October. I don't know the specific dates. It is on the CEVO site, though, for SoundBlaster Heroes League. You can check it out over there. So, again, that's going to wrap it up for today as well. With that said, congratulations both to Justice League and Team Excellent for qualifying today. Joining the others, 6 of the 12 teams down. $20,000 prize pool ultimately going to be on the line here for the SoundBlaster Heroes League. And we are once again 1 step closer. Now, with that said as well, they will be playing the final matchup tomorrow, and we will be covering that. So Team Excellent going to be playing Justice League come tomorrow. And again, at that point, although they qualify, they still are playing for some prizes here. They're each playing for the winning team actually goes home with some Evo ZX headsets, and the losing team goes home with the Evo headsets. I believe it's the difference between wired and wireless. About a $230 value for the ZX, $130 value for the non-ZX. So definitely still some good prizes on the line here for that final matchup, and as always, the pride factor. But once again, in the grand finals, it will be them, or in the finals, it will be them too. And I'm going to continue coverage. So Swin Melons, as always, appreciate you joining me as a co-caster today. Any final words from yourself, man?
Not really. Just thanks a lot for having me on, for casting. Good tournament. I actually enjoyed the games. And I might be here tomorrow if you want to do it again.
Yeah.
Just standard plug. SG, it rules. Stay Green's awesome. You should follow us on every piece of media you can. And if you happen to have a Hearthstone key, hook a brother up, please.
Gotten one?
Please.
I figured by now you would have gotten one, man.
You have no idea. It's 6 p.m. I don't know what to do with myself after I'm done with Han. I'm I could, you work out, you eat your food, and then it's 6 p.m. You got nothing to do, but no game to play. So
it's the life, man. It's a difficult life, I know.
It's very rough.
All right, definitely thank you, man. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, obviously wrapping things up once again. So thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, guys, again, the finals continuing. That is set for 3 p.m. Eastern at 2100 Central European Time.